Hello and welcome to another exciting Blender tutorial. I'm Chris Bailey. If you want to know how to make short films in Blender, this is the place to be. Let's get started. Okay, let's do a quick catch up on where we're at. I'm just going to have a quick preview of the scene and take a look at things. We've got our little guy falling down. Now, friend of the show, one of my friends, White Rooster on YouTube, has brought up a really good point in the comments last time, saying that it really felt like we were missing some kind of establishing wide shot that showed us, where we were in the scene and what was going on. And I think he's right. If you think about it, we're really tight with all this stuff, and we use this shot as kind of a bit of a reveal, but we go straight into this crash zoom to the trash compactor. And I'm just wondering if there's a place for us to stick some kind of wide shot. So he's going to pop up, that grabs him, he's going to react to it. But they got a fair amount of dead time here when he comes around and gets set down. Like it's kind of cool having it as this big one shot, but we're already breaking it up here. Like we're cutting it into a close up for that emotional impact. And I don't know if this is telling us anything, this bit here. Like it's not really doing anything. It's sort of saying, oh, we're going to reveal something, and boom, this is the first time we really see what's in front of him. But if you think about what it's trying to achieve, this is really important. You got to think about, like, when you're making a film, you got to keep going back to what are you trying to achieve in each moment? What's your story? What are you communicating in each moment? So right here, we're not really saying anything. And it's a bit of dead air. So if I was an editor and I was working on this, I'd probably cut from the lift to like maybe this, or I'd find another shot, like a close up. I'd want something else to like cut into to get his reaction of what's happening to him. So this could be a good moment for us to use a wide. Let's find, where would we cut? Let's see, we're going to cut in. He lifts up. He's going to look up, like maybe up to this point, because it's nice to kind of see that reference point. So let's create a new camera right here. And let's see, I'll call this one pickup wide, and I'll just select the pickup camera that we're looking through right now. I'll Shift-D to duplicate. Shift-D, duplicate. I'm going to switch. I might move my screencast keys. I feel like it's hard to see. There we go. Hopefully that'll be a little bit easier to see. So I've got a lot of other stuff here. We'll see how we go. So I've got this new version, this new camera here. I'm going to go ahead and look through it by clicking on the camera icon. I'm going to come over to my timeline. I'm going to bind this marker right here to the time. So I'm going to create a marker and bind it to this camera with the hotkey Control B. If you don't remember how to do that, you can also go to marker and bind camera to markers right here, or just add a marker. So now we've got this cut point. We're going to cut to this new camera. And then what we can do is we can get rid of all the keyframes on this camera. So let's make sure we've got only show selected turned on here in our graph editor. I might switch this to the dope sheet just so it's a little simpler to see the keys. And I'm going to open up my camera. Let's see, what do we have? We've got a lot of keys on this camera. I guess we're using it multiple times. Did we cut back to it? We do actually. Oh, I didn't realize that. We're cutting back to pickup here. Oh, that's right, because we zoom in. That makes sense. All right, so we come up, and then we're going to cut to this other shot. So I'm going to make sure I've got the right one selected. In fact, I'll go ahead and rename it. So I've already inserted a shot here, so I'm going to call this for maybe 20. I'm going to go 25, put it right in the middle. And I'll call this pickup wide. There we go. And then let's go ahead and head over here and delete all the keyframes. So I'm going to select all of these. Just to be safe, I'll just drop this summary down. B, box select, grab all that, and delete. So now we don't have any keys on this. We can just double check that by going to the transform properties. You can see there's no orange highlighting here. So these keyframes are all gone. And let's go ahead and make sure we've got lock camera to view turned on. Again, if you want to do that, you can grab it from view, lock camera to view under view lock. Or you can do like me and set it to your quick favorites, because I use it all the time. And let's go ahead and find a nice wide shot. Like, what do we want? What is a good idea for us to say? Let's see. I don't want to cross the line. I want to stay on this side of the action. Because remember back from the first scene, we talked a lot about staying on the same side of the action. What is going to be a good wide for us? I mean, we could just show the whole thing like this. We could even maybe start on him a little bit like this, and then like swoop out to something like this, possibly. We could also go wider. We don't have to use such a, 20 is very wide actually. So we could also just come down and shoot it like this. But the whole idea of this, I'm going to establish the space that we're in. Although the hill would be cool to show. I wonder if we should do this. Like we could show it like this, maybe. Not reveal the trash compactor yet, you know, because he's going to have that dramatic moment where he looks off and checks it out himself. Right now I'm looking for a composition that I like. I'm trying to fill the frame. I've got a lot of dead space either side here. So there's a lot of unused territory in this shot. I could come in a bit closer maybe. We could have these guys like this. These arms moving, picking up, dropping stuff. We could try that. Let's try something like this. Now I'm going to look at the center line of my frame, and I'm just going to center up kind of here like this. Now this is one of those shots where like we're pulling it back, where we're in a totally different spot, right? So we need to really think about where the eye of the audience was in the last shot and where they're going to be in this next shot. So let's leave it right here, and let's see how it's beginning to come together. So you can see the camera is pretty much on him. It's off a little bit. We could probably line that up a little bit better so it's right. He's right in the middle of the frame. And then when we cut to here, it's probably worth it for us to center him up. So let's go right to the start of this. I'll just grab these keyframes and bring them back over. And I'm going to use my controls here. A little bit easier to get exact control. And I'm going to put him right in the middle of frame, just like this. I might come down so that I've got more of these guys in the shot. It's not too empty. We'll see how that works. So he's going to get set down, and then we cut in, and then we do this. Something like, I feel like this is going to work. We could always cut back to pick up as well. Let's put a cut back to that. Let me set him down. This is going to help orient the audience. I don't feel like we've got this camera right yet. So let's go back to wide, and I'm going to hit the down arrow on my keypad just to get to the exact spot. Let's find another angle. Maybe put this thing like in the corner of the frame, you know, maybe. Should we be inside the conveyor belt? What happens if we do this? Is it going to be closing on us? Yeah, that's kind of disorienting. Doesn't really make sense. A little disorienting too with the conveyor belt. I might extend that so it's playing out the whole time. So I got to go to belt control, and we need it going from this point. I wonder if it's going to affect things if I just actually, you know what? Let's keep it, and so we know we're not breaking anything. I'm going to hit Control Tab to go back to my graph editor down here, and with belt control, it's just the X location that we're animating. I'm going to A to select all, full stop key to zoom in, and I'll just create another keyframe right here. So insert single keyframe, and then I'll just line it up so it matches this angle right here. So grab Y, bring it down. I'm just seeing if I can get, there is a, what is it? I think it's Control Shift. No, Shift Alt. Control Shift Alt. No, there's a way of zooming. Oh, that's it, Control. So if you hold down Control and then middle mouse click, you're going to be able to get all this. I'm sorry that the mouse isn't working. You can't see. But if we make it nice and extreme, And then we can really see that angle and get it to match as best as possible. That's pretty good. So now it really won't change speed here. We can even just delete that keyframe. So he's going to get picked up. I'm still not happy with this camera. Pick up wide. Let's try something else. Okay, go to here. Let's come around maybe. Let's try some kind of like pullback reveal. Where is he? Let's actually frame him maybe in frame. Like we could start with him possibly. Like this, you know? Just roughing it at this point. Something like this. And then we go to the end of the shot and then let's like pull wide like this. And maybe back. Really show the space. I don't know, what's that gonna look like? Nah. It's too much. It's too much. I mean, maybe this is enough though. Like, let's take location rotation. We'll just make keyframes for all those. Grab them back. Let's select those guys. Delete. Grab that back as well. Let's also go ahead and select these guys and make them linear just to kind of keep the motion moving throughout the shot. Okay, something like this could be nice. It's still disorienting because we're not pointing in the right direction when we begin, but that's not a bad shot. This could work out well. All right, let's head back here. Now let's get a frame that works. I think what we need to do is we'd need to come over. He's going to need to be in the middle of frame. So this may actually not work as well. Because the eye is going to be right here. And then the eye is going to have to jump here. All right, instead of a full pan, let's bring this back. Let's try and maybe we'll just realign the camera. Something like this. And delete those keyframes. And I'll just rotate over, up a touch. Up a bit. Something like that. Set that to linear. No, I feel like we need to like come to a rest maybe and see everything. Interpolation, Bezier. I have to make them all Bezier. And then just focus on them here. Let's see, it's the Z rotation and the, I'll just select all the channels. Select those guys, scale X, and just bring them down. This will make it linear and then curve it out. So it continues moving from the beginning. Now grab these guys out to the cut and then scale X. So they keep moving through the whole shot, but this like slow down. Yeah, this isn't a good shot either. It's too disorienting. Okay, let's try something else. Delete that. It's the fact that we've got to start like this. That's what's not working. Okay, let's try starting like this. just playing with the timing of it now, with the cut. Feeling like this is going to work. Okay, maybe what we can do is, instead of this moment, we just cut straight to that close-up. Let's get rid of that marker. We'll pull this all the way out. Pull this back a bit so we see him actually get set down in the shot. Yeah, that's good. Just have to fix that little move that he's got. It's a better cut point having that cut on the action anyways. What is that? What is that move that's happening? Is it, I think it's the transition of him. Where's the droid? I think we've got a child of constraint to the belt control. That's right. And it's the influence here, isn't it? Let's see, where is it? Influence. Yep, child of. So it's both of these. They just kind of turn on and off. Though I feel like there's something else. Oh, it must be the camera. It's good to pick up. Yeah, that's the problem. This shot actually needs to start. That works. Watch it from the beginning. Pulls down, pops up. It's picked. Get the reveal. Turns and runs, jumps. It's good now. Let's go back to pick up wide. And I'm going to just work on this. Do I have any split off scenes? No edit. I switch over to this. Gonna pick up wide. Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. So this is our linked scene. So we did a linked copy, if you remember. You go up here and create a linked copy. That basically means we've got two versions of the scene where everything's the same. Some things don't link, and one of the things that doesn't link is the markers on the timeline. So we can just delete all those. That allows me just to sit in one camera, and I can adjust one camera just by itself. I'll just create a preview range. Oh no, I won't worry about that. Drops him. Okay, I'm going to fix this framing a little bit. I also need to set this to 0. I'll just delete, because I really don't want any Y rotation on this. So I'm going to set this to 0. And I'll delete this one so that Y is just flat. Doesn't have any change. What would happen if I came over a bit more? No, I don't like that. Definitely like being around behind him. Let's try going a bit further with it. All right, I think that works pretty good. I don't know if I want to be on the same lens size as the one just before it. I feel like I'm staying on the same lens a little too much. I have to be careful about this too. I want to make sure I don't see the top of that compactor. I might just pop back up a little bit and come down. Let's head back over to our master scene. Yeah, that's good. I feel like it's good. I think this is going to help orient the audience better when we get to this moment. See it all for the first time. We have the arms moving, doing their thing, dropping rubbish down. And then we see the trash compactor. Okay, great. The only thing I'm feeling is that this shot right here is a bit too much of a push-in on him. It's because we slowed it down because we moved the camera back a bit. So what I want to do is just match this kind of close-up framing a bit better with this camera. I'm going to switch back to the no edit as well and look through that camera. So I want to extend. That's a hot tip, by the way. If it's ever like not visible here, when you click on something new, all you gotta do is just come over here and middle mouse click and go up to like scroll up and it'll reappear. Just a little bug. So let's see, we've got X, location, rotation. All right, so let's just extend these. Am I seeing everything? Yeah, cool. We use the control key again to just heighten those slopes. And then I want to, actually we don't need to worry about that, do we? We're just going to try and extend these so that it matches. What is going to be the easiest way to do this? Probably just going forward. Let's see, I'm going to grab that and turn on my handles. Here we go. I should just have to push in, right? Or no, that's right. We want to use the X location. That's probably all we want to do. Just come in a bit closer. Tilt up. Just to center him up. Oh, except he's right. A little too far on the X. Come back a touch. Because I do want to have some sense that we're like pushing in on him. Just not too much. Back up here. Cool. Now, this shot here, now that we're just seeing it as like this pickup, feeling like it's too far back. So I think I might split it up and do its own camera. So I can come to this one right here, and I can split it up into two different shots. So we've got this section, and then got this section. Or I could also just animate the focal length. That's probably fine. Let me just do that. Let's do a focal length switch. That'll just be a little simpler. So I'll just come over to my camera properties, and I'll set a key for just somewhere arbitrary that we're not cut to it. So maybe right here. And I'll just come back and I'll go ahead and set my focal length to what looks good. So I'll come in, so maybe a 45. Does that look good? Of course, we might want to see the thing come in. So let's punch out, because like, where was it before? It was at a 20, so we could see it for a little bit. Try 35 maybe. So if we come over here now, and we'll see the focal length. We can focus in on it. And what I could do is I could just grab this one over, just so it's happening while we're cut away from it. The focal length will switch. That's good. This one's a bit of a mess here too, isn't it? Let's get that one just tidied up. So that's all good. Full stop. All right, so we're only cut to this one for just a little bit. I'm going to grab the keyframe for it and just bring it right into the middle. And I'm just going to frame him up so it's more centered. Just see how that looks. I don't even know if we need that shot. Like, what's that shot doing for us? We might be able to go from this to this, possibly. Let's try changing this one. Let's come in like this, maybe. Full stop. Let's get rid of full stop. We'll just drag the pickup marker in a bit. I think this will be hard to judge until we can really get the animation done properly for it. So maybe I will keep it in for now. And maybe it was a bit better kind of having it up because then it's actually kind of in frame more. Coming like this. Yeah, that's a bit better. Could even do a little bit of this. Make it lag just a touch. Or even better, we could go to the end here, grab these keyframes, box select them, and scale X, just to turn it out. I want to beat where he doesn't move. He's moving too quick. Let's take that pop-up that he does. Is it on the... Let's see, is it on here? Where does it happen? Yep, that's it. I'm gonna grab this one over. Yeah, so he like pops up. Yeah, that's cool. I might even pull this cut out a bit longer. Okay, so now that we've got all this sorted, we need to push into this next section. So let's see, we've got him running. Now this is going to be the really dramatic stuff where he tries to get past the arms and fails. So we need to communicate that these arms have the place on lockdown. And how are we going to do that? He turns, he runs from Then we're going to cut to a profile shot. He's going to make a leap. Let's go ahead and extend our timeline up. All right, let's focus on his action first. So let's find him. Droid rig, full stop, focusing on him. And let's go ahead and head into pose mode. Where does his position X location keyframe. Where are we? Over here. So he continues to move forward through all this. And we want to have him leap. It'd be cool if he actually like leapt off of one of these things. Okay. Let's get this sorted. So I'm going to go into pose mode. And let's say he goes down like this. To make sure my keyframes are working. Nope. All right, so let's undo that move. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to hit A to select all the bones, I, and whole character. So I'm just setting a key for everything. Go to the next frame. And also want to make sure I'm working stepped keyframes. So let's switch to preferences, animation, default, interpolation, constant. So that'll help us just get back into creating constant keyframes. So he's going to go down and up. Maybe we could put something like one of these domes under his foot. Keep braces up on it. He jumps. It's gonna be a little confusing because of the fact that he's kind of still locked to that. Oh, that's right. We'll have to undo him from the conveyor belt, won't we? So let's go to his constraints. Child of belt control. So as soon as he goes down, he's going to leap up. Let me go ahead and select all of his keys as well. Let's see. Droid rig. I want to grab not his object transforms, but I want to grab his basically everything that's there. So I might just select these two. And then, which is that? It's right here. Okay. Don't know what that is. I know there's like always like kind of ghost keyframes selected and stuff. It's so confusing. All right, so I'm going to select those guys, and then I want to shift select that one. Why did that not work? Set a keyframe for the whole character again. It'd also be nice if like this row is highlighted whenever you select it over here. That'd be really nice. There we go. Constant. All right, so that should not affect his. I still feel like he's. Oh, it's because it's these as well. Select all of those. Shift select his transform. Right click and constant. There we go. All right, so I'm going to set a keyframe there. Come forward one. Turn the influence off. Insert keyframe. Why does it say? Cool. And now we just need to get his position. So I'm going to go back into object mode, select the droid rig. Oh, you see me hitting tab, by the way, and going to my radial menu. If you don't have that set, if you remember, you just come up to edit preferences, and it's under input. Nope. interface, editing, viewport, themes. There it is, key map, tab for pie menu. That'll allow you to do this. Okay, so we need to then set a position for him in a rotation at the moment when he's in the right spot. And then I'll go back. I might even just go Shift S cursor to selected. Get that cursor right there. I don't see it. There it is. Set it turned off. And then what I can do is go to the next frame. Shift S, selected to cursor. Bingo. So now this should be, yeah, cool. And then I can get rid of the transform here. So now he's going to be free of the conveyor belt. So we come up. And so let's just consult the boards again. What's he doing? All right, so he's just going to leap forward. We'll just have him do a big leap forward, like he's really trying to make some serious progress. Pose mode. Bring his foot forward like he's going to land. Bring this one back, rotate it. Bring him in like this. Object mode. Let's do his position now. So he's going to be leaping forward. So bring him forward and up. And let's just bring him all the way over here. It's probably a bit of a extreme jump. Let's look at it from this shot. Maybe a bit better to. I'm going to bring his pose up a little bit. So I'll grab everything. And then I like just kind of lining the object transfer up with this bottom. That way I know exactly which one I've got. That way I can leave that one there. Oh, except that didn't work. I guess it's because I'm not in pose mode. Gosh, that's really frustrating. Really wish we could select bone poses when not in pose mode. If there's any developers watching. All right, so I'll grab that and then deselect that and then grab. Oh, again, it's not going to work because I've got only show selected turned on. So I then need to select all the bones, grab that, deselect that. Now it should let me do it. All right, now he's going to get caught by the robot hand. So let's start animating that. We'll just do this, whatever one's closest to him right here, I guess. So maybe it's getting ready to get him right about here. So let's get that pose going. Go back to object mode, select this rig, go into pose mode. And let's grab our look controller. I'll swing this around. And let's get a good pose here. I really love this rig. It's a fun rig to play with. If you want a hold of all these project files, be sure to check out the Patreon. Every now and then I put all the project files from this short film on the Patreon for everybody at the second tier and up. So if you're interested, it's worth keeping an eye out for. Might even be doing it this month. Possibly. We'll see. All right. Now, we're going to go forward. Maybe he rears back. This keeps tracking with him. I'm not going to bother constraining it to him. And he's going to lunge and grab him right here. Let's put him right over. Now I do have to be careful because I haven't actually set a keyframe for all these things that I'm changing now. So that's one thing to bear in mind. I should probably do that. Hit A to select all, I, and hold character. That way we've kind of locked his position there at least. There we go. So he grabs him. I'm actually going to duplicate this pose. Shift D, bring these keyframes back. Oops. Select all the bones like that. Shift D, bring it back. And then just bring this one straight up like that. And then scale this up and bring these guys down. Maybe rotate him a little towards the robot. I'll bring him over a bit more. I feel like this one should be maybe a bit more over like that. That could be cool. Bring him into the shot like that. Need like another keyframe where he's not interested. It's cool, but I don't think it's work. I don't think it works. That's better. So he goes up really extreme and then snaps right down. Douche, like that. Now we're going to have to constrain our hero to this again. I wonder which one we should constrain it to. What did we do last time? Last time we constrained him to the master target, and I think that's what this big circle is. So we're going to call this one the conveyor belt. Belt. And I'll grab another constraint. Child of target. This armature 01. And we'll call this, we'll grab the same thing, the master target. There we go. Set inverse. And we'll set a keyframe here. We'll set it to 1. Go back and set it to 0. like that. Bam, got him. And then let's like swing forward like he pose mode. Let's like swing the head forward. All right, so that's going to cause some problems. Maybe we need to have him constrained to one of these dudes. Because I want to be able to do stuff like this. And I want to be able to change the scale of that without affecting him. So yeah, let's do that. Object mode. Child of master target. Which bone do we want? Let's go over here. Back to pose mode. Select one of these guys. Let's see what it's called. This is finger 01 target. Okay. Select him. Back to constraints. Finger 01. Oh, we could actually do it. That's not a bad idea. The tip. Let's do finger 01 tip. That's going to actually lock him to the bone. No, that'll put him all the way up there, won't it? Because that, yeah. Let's do target. Finger 01. Target. There we go. And let's set the inverse again. And now, yeah, now he's going to lock in a lot better to the actual hand. Cool. All right, back into pose mode. Let's bring that pose up. So I'll select all my keyframes. So bring them back up to here. So pretty quick that swing. And then what's going to happen? He's going to grab it. He'll swing, maybe go like a little bit further. And up. And then this we could bring down. I want to match that up to the same point as this. I'll grab all that, bring it over. Bring it up a little bit more, and then let's pop up the controller. We'll bring this up like this. I'm using some animation principles here that I'm not really talking about, but squash and stretch is one of them that I'm doing right now. So when this thing pops up, see how the hands, I'm stretching them down and then I'm popping them back up. I'm elongating the motion. So as he pulls up, that stretches, and then he's going to snap up. It's good. And then in the storyboard, let's see, he's going to swing back around and plop him right back down. So he gets put down right about here. So, all right. And he'll start to, let's see. I'm watching this screen. And then all right, so let's swing him all the way over here. Kind of fully extend him out. Like this. Grab this. Like this. I might take everything. I might grab, let's see, where's the pose where he goes down? Here. I might duplicate it and bring it here. And that way I can just make an adjustment to it. Let's get rid of this. Don't know what that's doing. Be cooler if he swung around more. So grabbed him here, and then here, if he was more over here. Maybe he swings over like this. So let's see, he's there. Let's bring him over. Yeah, cool. And then in between these, right about here, let's do a nice big arc up and over like this. Yeah, nice. So let me just talk about what's happening a little bit here and break down this animation for you, because there's a lot of things I'm thinking about. One of the things I'm thinking about is arcs of motion. So making sure I've got nice sweeping around arcs. So you can see what happens. Before I have him grab, right? I'm also thinking about opposite motion. So when the guy jumps, so our little droid jumps up, instead of just grabbing him there, I'm trying to make that grab feel like it's got a lot of impact. To do that, what I want to do is I move this arm in the opposite direction first. So I want him to go and grab. So first I'm going to move him back, move him away from it, so that the actual grab is a bigger move and has more impact. So you can see he was preparing by moving back. It's like he's storing up that energy, and then he snaps down and clamps right on the guy. So he pulls back, snap, clamp. Then I've got this secondary motion here of the weight of the robot making him swing. Now I'm going to bring him, because I want to then have him turn and set him down over here. I'm trying to again do the same thing, set up a bigger move, so it's more dramatic and it's more has more weight. So that's why I'm first going to swing him over here before swinging him back over there. So he swings over, and he's going up as well. And then we've got squash and stretch happening here, where I'm stretching out as we're moving quickly. We're stretching out, and then we're squashing when we go back together. So he squashes in and then back this way. I could probably do the same, do a bit of a stretch here as well. So up. Let's do that. We'll put a little bit of stretch here. And before we get to this drop moment, I want to do the same kind of thing. I want to have him kind of pop up. So the contraction part of the squash and stretch, I've just stretched right here. So we're stretching. So I want to do a squash. I'm going to squash him. I'm also going to be up high to prepare for that drop down. So instead of just going straight to the drop down, I'll come back a few frames. And what I'll do is I'll select all, I'll go to that frame. I'll Shift D to duplicate it and come back just a little bit. And now that way I'm kind of lined up a bit easier. So I can come up like this and get my squash up like that. And that should cover it. So he'll... Now the thing is though, with this squash and stretch thing, what's important is they need to be lined up. So that stretch needs to kind of be angled in the same way. So it should be probably more like this keyframe, to be honest, instead of this one. So let me select all again, delete that. I'll grab this one, Shift D, and bring it over. And then let's get that and go up. And maybe it will come over and up. So it's stretch and then squash. And it's kind of doing the same thing. The timing might be off a bit. We need to add a little bit more time. Feels like it's a bit fast. Put this swing around here. So I might grab this, drag it over a bit. Grab. It's definitely a bit fast. I keep running into this mountain, so I might just come here and go to view and turn up my clip start until it cuts that mountain out. That gives me a little bit more room to view everything. Now, I want to have a little bit more weight to this moment. So I'm going to have him kind of come around like this and kind of relax the shape there. And I might come down a touch. And then I might select all, grab that, bring it forward, bring this forward. Up. So I'm trying to create some pause there. And I feel like I need some pause in the middle here. So I'm grabbing him. So yeah, where he kind of swoops up like right here. I want to kind of extend it before we move into this move. So I might just take this and Shift D, bring these guys forward and bring this group up and this guy up just a little bit. So there's like a subtle before that next move. And then I grab all these, select all first, grab all these, and just grab them out a little bit further. So he's... I feel like this one right here, this pose isn't helping me. I might get rid of it. Oops, messed something up. Might select all I and set a keyframe right here for the whole character and then delete that. Yeah, cool. Select all again. I feel like I need a little more time here at the end. I feel like this is all a bit too fast right here. One thing that can help like emphasize motion or like build up anticipation for an action to happen, right here where he's about to snap down, what I can do with this is I can come just before it a couple of frames and like grab Z. Oh, it's not gonna work. I'll bring him up like that. Just like a subtle motion, some kind of subtle thing. You see how it kind of creates a better feeling of impact. All right, and he's going to bring him over, and then he's going to drop him. How do I want to do that drop? Let's see. Okay, so he is actually scaling with that. So I need to unconstrain him at this point right here. So I'll grab here, I'll go back a frame, set a key, go forward, set that to 0. Make sure we've got that key set. And then what I want to do is right here, I need to set position and rotation for him. And then Shift S, cursor to selected, go forward a frame, Shift Dash selection to cursor. And then let's do that. Yeah, that's cool. I'll do a rotation as well, just in case. And when we let go of him, we can do the pose here. So scale up. Like that. Maybe come down a bit. And then he's going to go up. Like that. Scale it down, squash and stretch. We'll stretch out his hands. And then up further, we can kind of squash them in a little bit. And then relax. Bring it back to a position like that. Cool. Now let's take him back to object mode. Let's get our little dude sorted out. So as soon as he drops him, we're going to be going back down to the floor like this. And we need to animate on, I think, the constraint of going back to the belt. So I'm going to set a keyframe for that. And then by the time he hits the belt, I want it to be at 1. And I need to get his position. Actually, I'll put it to 0 first, because this is kind of where I run him right here. So Shift S, cursor to selected. Go here, pop that there. Shift S, selection to cursor. We'll see how that plays out. I'll select all of these and give them Bezier or constant. Let's do linear. Yeah, there we go. That works. There's going to be some weird little bumps and hitches, but we can sort that out. Cool. And next up will be to animate our little guy, get his animation going. Let's have a quick review of what this all looks like. Now, we don't really have a shot for this yet, but I just like having a summary of where we're at. Clamp him, pick him up. We cut to our wide, which works well. Puts things down. He sees the compactor. Do the crash zoom to the compactor. And then we're only getting 15 frames a second, so I need to be careful about timing. Grabs him, swings him back, drops him down. Yeah, and that fits pretty well with the timing of our boards too. So excellent. I'll go ahead and save. We've made some good progress. I really like this little character animation beat. It's the first time we've really gotten to animate with our robotic arm, which is very exciting. It's nice to get some animation going with one of these guys finally, after all that work of setting him up. And to see it work so well and perform so well in the space is really exciting. So looking forward to getting our little guy's animation, secondary animation going with him as he swings around and flaps and kicks his legs and gets dropped on. And then we'll get our cameras sorted out. But making great progress. We're getting through. It's definitely the most complex scene in the entire film. So getting through this is really the main push that we've got to do. So once we do that, it's pretty much straightforward. So anyways, hope you're enjoying the series. As always, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to find out when I drop new tutorials. And if you're enjoying this series, please let me know in the comments. If you think of anything that could make the short film better, I'd love to hear your thoughts and get your input as well. So don't forget to do that. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next tutorial. Until then, see you later. Bye.